Have you ever paused to consider the deeper, hidden meaning behind the month you were born in? At first, it might just sound like a trivial detail, a small curiosity without much real importance. But what if I told you that to Carl Jung, one of the most influential and brilliant minds in the history of psychology, the date of your birth was anything but random? What if he believed it was deeply, intrinsically connected to the great, symbolic forces that shape who we are at our very core? Jung proposed that the month in which you were born carries far more than just seasonal significance. It acts as a kind of symbolic gateway, revealing essential clues about your psychological makeup, your hidden inner potential, and the unique energetic signature you naturally bring into the world. Today, we are going to explore this profound idea. This isn't fortune-telling. It's a deep dive into the psychology of you. Let's imagine, just for a moment, that understanding the deep symbolism of your birth month could unlock hidden parts of your personality. Parts you may have always felt but never had a name for. What if it could offer you a newfound clarity on your habits, your emotions, and even your deeper purpose in life? It sounds a little dramatic, doesn't it? But once we begin to look at Jung's profound theories on archetypes, the collective unconscious, and the great cyclical patterns of nature, this idea starts to make a whole lot more sense. In this exploration, we're going to dive into Carl Jung's symbolic interpretation of time, specifically how each month of the year holds a distinct psychological energy, and how that energy may subtly, yet powerfully, influence the personality traits, the emotional tendencies, and even the spiritual direction of the people born within it. But before we begin, if you are someone who truly values depth, meaning, and the journey of self-discovery, please consider subscribing to our channel. We regularly bring content just like this. Content that challenges conventional thinking and invites you to reflect more deeply on who you are and what truly drives you. By joining us, you'll become part of a wonderful community that seeks growth, not through surface-level advice, but through profound, inner understanding. Now, take a deep, conscious breath, because what you're about to hear might not only change how you view your own birth month, but also how you see your unique story, your recurring patterns, and the very journey you've been walking all along. And remember, this isn't about putting people into restrictive boxes. It's about revealing the beautiful, intricate patterns that are already woven into the very fabric of your being. Let's start with Carl Jung's central, foundational belief that the universe is full of repeating, universal patterns, which he famously called archetypes. These are universal images, timeless stories, and potent energies that appear again and again across all cultures, in all myths, and throughout all of human experience. They exist both outside of us, in the world, and deep inside of us, in what he termed the collective unconscious. Jung believed that we each carry a unique and beautiful combination of these powerful archetypes within us, and that they profoundly shape how we think, how we feel, and how we act. What's more, he believed that nature's own grand cycles, like the changing of the seasons, also perfectly mirror these archetypes. Think of the cold, deep stillness of winter, a time of introspection, the blossoming, creative energy of spring, the full, expressive radiance of summer, and the reflective, quiet letting go of autumn. Each season corresponds to a different, distinct psychological energy, and because each month of the year belongs to a specific part of that seasonal cycle, it too carries a unique symbolic weight. According to Jung, the month of your birth isn't merely a line on a calendar, it is a profound, symbolic imprint. It's the moment in time when your soul entered this world, and that moment is incredibly rich with symbolic meaning. The environment, the specific energy of the season, the amount of light or darkness in the day, the cultural sense of a new beginning or a solemn ending, all of this shapes the unique emotional and symbolic atmosphere into which you were born. Think about the month of March. For example, in the Northern Hemisphere, it is a month of powerful transition. It marks the dynamic shift from the deep sleep of winter to the vibrant awakening of spring. The snow begins to melt, the days grow noticeably longer, and new life begins to stir again, both in the earth and within us. For Jung, someone born in a transitional month like March, or its autumnal counterpart, September, when summer gracefully gives way to fall, may very well carry within him a fascinating dual nature. They might often feel pulled between two worlds, between stillness and motion, between deep introspection and vibrant expression. These individuals often possess a heightened sensitivity to change. They are exquisitely attuned to the subtle shifts in their environment and in the emotions of others, and they tend to naturally seek a sense of harmony and balance between opposing forces. Now, compare that to someone born in a month like January or July. These are periods of greater stability, when a particular season has firmly set in. People born during these more stable months often beautifully embody the energy of structure, of focus, and of consistency. Jung associated them with the powerful archetypes of perseverance, of deep inner strength, and of a natural capacity for long-term vision. They are often the builders, the organizers, the ones who instinctively seek to create order and a solid ground, both for themselves and for others. There's a profound psychological resilience in them, a quiet capacity to endure challenges and to help others do the same. What Jung found so utterly fascinating is that time itself is not neutral. It has a rhythm, a mood, and a story, and when we are born at a specific point in this great, unfolding story, we naturally, unconsciously absorb a certain symbolic tone, like a subtle, background melody that quietly, yet persistently, influences our thoughts, our behaviors, and our lifelong emotional responses. This doesn't, of course, rigidly determine your destiny, but it does provide the kind of beautiful, symbolic map, a framework that you can use to understand yourself on a much deeper level. This symbolic map doesn't tell you what you must do with your life. Rather, it gently reveals the innate energies you are most likely to encounter within yourself, both the powerful strengths you can always rely on, and the challenging shadows you are meant to courageously confront and integrate on your journey. For Jung, self-knowledge is the absolute key to true freedom, and part of that profound self-knowledge comes from understanding the great archetypal forces you were born into. The most fascinating part of this beautiful idea is that it takes something we usually completely overlook, like the simple month we were born in, and transforms it into a powerful, insightful tool for deep introspection. Suddenly, the date on your birth certificate isn't just a dry fact. It becomes a doorway, a personal invitation to connect with the deeper, cyclical rhythms of nature, of psychology, and of your own magnificent soul. So, now we arrive at the real, burning question: what does your birth month say about your soul's unique journey? Each month, according to Jung's symbolic way of thinking, connects to a particular archetype, a timeless, inner pattern that lives, in some form, within all of us, but is often more dominant, more pronounced, in some people than in others. Understanding these powerful, underlying patterns can reveal so much about why you are naturally drawn to certain roles in life, why some challenges seem to repeat for you, and where your most natural, most potent wisdom lies. In the sections ahead, we'll begin to explore the deep, symbolic meaning behind each month of the year, from the silent, introspective depth of January to the mysterious, transformative energy of November. You might just find profound reflections of yourself in places you never expected. But please, keep this in mind. This isn't about fitting you into a restrictive mold. The archetypes Jung so brilliantly described are not meant to be boxes. They are meant to be mirrors. They don't limit you. They simply help you to finally recognize what's already beautifully inside you, but has perhaps not yet been fully seen or named. So, if you're ready to discover the symbolic energy behind your own month of birth, and how it may be quietly, powerfully influencing your choices, your emotions, and your personal growth, then please continue with us on this journey of self-discovery. In the next part, we'll begin exploring month by month, diving into the specific archetypes that Jung associated with each time of year. Starting with January, February, and March, what you find might not only surprise you, but it might just reconnect you to a part of yourself you've long forgotten. So, we have journeyed through the first part of the symbolic year, from the deep, introspective wisdom of January's sage to the fiery, courageous action of April's warrior. We've seen how the time of our birth, through Jung's insightful lens, can offer us a beautiful mirror for self-reflection. Now, let us continue our path, exploring the archetypes of the remaining months and how their unique energies may be subtly, yet powerfully, influencing your own life's story. May, the archetype of the builder or the lover of simplicity, May arrives as a time of profound beauty, of blossoming, and of a deep, grounded stability. Nature, in this month, is in its full, glorious bloom, and there's a calm, sensual strength in the very air we breathe. Jung would associate the month of May with the powerful and patient archetype of the builder, the one who deeply values creation, who understands the wisdom of patience, and who finds immense joy in the simple, tangible pleasures of life. People born in May often carry within him a wonderfully grounded and sensual nature. They find deep comfort in steady routines. They possess a keen appreciation for beauty in all its forms, and they are often deeply, intuitively connected to the physical world. They may be naturally drawn to art, to nature, to the preparation and enjoyment of good food, and to all things that beautifully engage the five senses. There's a distinctly nurturing and incredibly loyal quality to them, and they tend to be wonderfully steady and reliable in their pursuits. But like all archetypes, this one, too, has its shadow. The challenge for May-born individuals is to avoid becoming too rigid, too predictable, or too attached to their comfort zones. The builder, in their love for stability, can sometimes deeply resist change out of a fear of losing the solid ground they have so carefully cultivated. Their path of evolution, therefore, often comes through learning how to gracefully embrace growth and necessary change, without ever sacrificing their profound, beautiful connection to what is real, what is lasting, and what is true. June, the archetype of the seeker or the mediator. June sits at the vibrant midpoint of the year, perfectly balancing the first half with what is still yet to come. It is a time of incredible brightness, of boundless curiosity, and of constant, joyful movement. According to Jung's symbolic view, the month of June deeply resonates with the bright and inquisitive archetype of the seeker or the mediator, the one who yearns for deeper understanding, for authentic connection, and for profound truth. Those born in June often have wonderfully quick minds and beautifully open hearts. They're naturally inquisitive, incredibly adaptable, and usually socially gifted, able to move between different groups and ideas with ease. There's often a playful, almost youthful energy about them, mixed with a deep, sincere need to explore life's bigger, more meaningful questions. They make excellent communicators, and they tend to have a strong, innate desire to connect ideas, to connect people, and to connect disparate experiences into a more coherent whole. But the seeker's greatest strength can also be their greatest challenge: focus. With so many competing interests and a flood of brilliant ideas, they may sometimes struggle to stick with one single path or to make one definitive decision. They can also become easily overwhelmed by overthinking or by trying to please everyone around them, their social grace sometimes leading them to neglect their own needs. Their profound growth, therefore, often lies in learning how to center themselves, how to find their own inner anchor, while still joyfully, curiously exploring the vast, fascinating world around them. July, the archetype of the protector or the nurturer. As we move into the heart of summer, July arrives with an energy of immense warmth, of family gatherings, and of deep, emotional richness. It's a month that is profoundly connected to the concepts of care, of connection, and of our inner, emotional life. Jung would naturally associate the month of July with the powerful archetype of the nurturer or the protector, those who are instinctively, almost psychically, attuned to the emotional needs of others. People born in July often possess a strong, innate emotional intelligence. They may be deeply empathetic, incredibly compassionate, and fiercely, unwaveringly loyal to those they love. There is usually a very strong connection within them to family, To their roots, to memory, and to tradition, these individuals often, and quite naturally, become the emotional center of their families, their friendships, and their communities, offering a sense of safety, comfort, and unconditional support to all those around them. However, the shadow side of the noble nurturer can often be a profound self-neglect. July-born people may give so very much of themselves to others that they completely forget to care for their own needs, to fill their own cup, in their deep desire to keep the peace and to make everyone else happy. They may unconsciously suppress their own feelings, their own desires, their own truth, their great path of growth. Therefore, lies in learning to protect themselves with the same fierce love and dedication that they so freely, so beautifully offer to others. August, the archetype of the leader or the sovereign. August carries with it a bold, confident, and radiant energy in the northern hemisphere. It's a time of peak sunshine, of full expression, of confidence, of vitality, and of high visibility. For young, this powerful month clearly reflects the magnificent archetype of the king or the queen, also known as the sovereign. Those born in August often have a naturally commanding, yet often warm, presence. They possess innate leadership qualities, a strong, clear sense of their own identity, and a deep, driving desire to make a tangible, positive impact on the world. While they may often enjoy being the center of attention, it's usually not from a place of shallow ego, but because they feel genuinely called to lead, to serve, or to guide others towards something greater than themselves. Yet, as we all know, leadership comes with its own unique set of challenges. The sovereign archetype can, if not balanced with self-awareness, sometimes fall into the shadows of pride, of a need for control, or even a deep sense of isolation if they feel misunderstood or unsupported by those around them. August-born individuals experience their most profound growth when they learn to temper their natural strength with genuine humility, with deep compassion, and with an understanding of the immense importance of shared power. When they are in this state of beautiful balance, they become true, inspiring visionaries, empowering others to shine while they themselves walk within quiet, unwavering strength and an undeniable grace. September, the archetype of the analyst or the perfectionist. The month of September brings with it the distinct, palpable shift toward autumn in the northern hemisphere. The energy begins to turn inward. It's a time of harvest, of organization, of taking stock, and of preparation for the quieter months ahead. Jung powerfully connected this discerning period with the meticulous archetype of the analyst or the craftsman, the one who seeks to understand the world through the lenses of logic, of order, and of pristine clarity. Those born in September often have incredibly sharp, discerning minds and a natural, almost effortless, ability to bring structure and order out of chaos. They are typically detail-oriented, incredibly disciplined, and are naturally drawn to tasks that require immense focus and precision. They may be our world's great planners, organizers, researchers, and scientists, people who feel most at peace, most at home, when everything is in its proper place. But the analyst's greatest strength can, at times, also become a heavy burden when it leans too far into the shadow of perfectionism. September-born individuals may be overly self-critical or find themselves becoming too rigid in their thinking. They may deeply fear making mistakes and can struggle immensely to accept the inherent uncertainty of life. Their beautiful path of personal growth, therefore, lies in learning to gracefully embrace imperfection as a natural, beautiful part of the human experience, and to consciously allow more room in their lives for spontaneity, for messy creativity, and for profound, loving self-compassion. October, the archetype of the diplomat or the artist. October is a time of breathtaking beauty, of delicate balance, and of constantly changing, vibrant colors. The energy of this month is one of profound harmony, of aesthetics, and of deep, emotional connection. Jung saw the month of October as beautifully embodying the graceful archetype of the diplomat or the artist, those who inherently seek peace, beauty, and unity in the very midst of life's inevitable dualities and conflicts. People born in October are often incredibly gifted in the art of relationships. They have a natural, innate sense of fairness, a keen eye for beauty in all its forms, and a deep, driving desire to bring people together, to create harmony where there was once discord, whether it's through their art, through their beautiful conversations, or simply through the quality of their peaceful presence. They naturally build bridges where others only see walls. Many October-born individuals are true romantics at heart, deeply valuing love, truth, and profound, authentic emotional connection. The shadow side of this beautiful archetype, however, is often a deep, paralyzing fear of conflict. In their noble quest to preserve peace, diplomats may sometimes avoid necessary confrontation, even when it comes at a significant personal cost to themselves. Their profound growth, therefore, often involves learning how to stand firmly, yet lovingly, in their own truth, knowing that true, lasting harmony isn't about avoiding conflict at all costs, but rather about navigating it consciously, compassionately, and with integrity. November, the archetype of the alchemist or the deep transformer. November is a month that is often wrapped in a beautiful, profound mystery. In the northern hemisphere, the light begins to fade. The world grows quieter, the leaves fall away, and we all begin the natural process of turning inward. For Jung, this is a deeply symbolic and potent time, a month that is powerfully governed by the intense archetype of the alchemist or the deep transformer. Those born in November are often intense, deeply intuitive, and profoundly spiritually oriented individuals. They carry within them a powerful, unquenchable desire to go far beyond mere surface appearances and to courageously uncover the hidden truths that lie beneath. These are the individuals who are not afraid to face the darkness, whether it be in themselves or in the world around them. They are natural-born seekers of truth, often undergoing a series of profound, life-altering personal transformations throughout the course of their lives. The alchemist's journey is not an easy one. It often involves periods of pain, of surrender, of a metaphorical death and rebirth. November-born people may go through intense, cyclical periods of loss and renewal, constantly evolving into a new, more authentic version of themselves. Their greatest challenge is often to learn to trust this profound, cyclical process and not to become overwhelmed by its sheer intensity, but when they learn to embrace their own incredible depth without fear, they often become some of the most powerful healers, shamans, and wise guides for others. December, the archetype of the wise teacher or the visionary sage. December marks the poignant close of the year, a time of endings, of deep reflection, and of a quiet, hopeful anticipation for the new beginnings that lie just around the corner. Jung saw this month as beautifully aligning with the mature, expansive archetype of the wise teacher or the visionary sage. People born in December often naturally carry within them a unique, beautiful blend of deep maturity and a hopeful, childlike optimism. They have the ability to reflect on the past with profound wisdom, while simultaneously looking toward the future with an unshakable faith. These individuals tend to have a very broad, philosophical view of life and are often deeply spiritual or idealistic in their nature. They may feel a strong, innate calling to share the insights they've gained with others, to guide, to inspire, or to help expand the consciousness of those around them. But even the sage archetype faces its own unique challenges. They may, at times, become somewhat disconnected from the practical realities of the present, becoming overly focused on abstract ideas or grand, philosophical concepts, or they may become disillusioned when the messy reality of life doesn't quite match their lofty ideals. Their beautiful path to continued growth, therefore, often involves the practice of consciously anchoring their immense wisdom in the simple realities of everyday life, using it not just to think or to teach, but to live a more deeply meaningful, present, and connected life. As we've seen on this journey through the calendar, each birth month, when viewed through Carl Jung's profound, symbolic lens, beautifully reflects a different, vital facet of the rich tapestry of human experience, from the deep, introspective stillness of January to the expansive, hopeful vision of December. The calendar becomes so much more than just a simple tool for measuring time. It becomes a symbolic, personal map for better understanding your own inner world. Jung never intended for these powerful archetypes to define or to limit anyone. Rather, he saw them as precious keys, as useful starting points for a deeper, more meaningful dialogue with your own soul. The archetype that is associated with your birth month may indeed highlight your most natural strengths, your common emotional tendencies, and the great life themes you are here on this earth to explore. But it is always up to you to work with these powerful, symbolic energies consciously. Real, lasting transformation doesn't come just from knowing your archetype. It comes from courageously, lovingly integrating its wisdom into how you live, how you choose, and how you continue to grow. Jung called this the profound process of individuation, the lifelong journey of becoming the most whole, the most authentic, and the most uniquely beautiful version of yourself. That sacred journey is unique for every single person, and the more you learn to recognize the great, symbolic forces at play in your own life, the more freedom you have to consciously, powerfully shape your own destiny with profound awareness and deep, heartfelt meaning. Your birth month doesn't rigidly define you, but it can, if you allow it, reveal something absolutely essential about the beautiful, sacred path your soul is currently walking. And now that you've glimpsed this magnificent, symbolic map, perhaps you'll begin to see yourself and your own unique story with brand new, more compassionate, and more understanding eyes. If this deep dive into the hidden wisdom of your own unique story has resonated with you, if you feel a spark of recognition and a desire to continue this journey of self-discovery, then we passionately, sincerely invite you. Do not let this moment of clarity fade. Subscribe now and become an essential, cherished member of our incredible community, a vibrant sanctuary where we courageously explore these transformative truths and support one another on the magnificent journey of becoming our most authentic selves. By subscribing, you are not just getting more content, you are saying yes to your own profound journey of self-discovery. Click that subscribe button with the full, heartfelt intention of your aspiring soul, and be absolutely certain to ring that powerful notification bell, because you won't want to miss a single one of our upcoming explorations into the profound wisdom that can help you understand your unique place in the world. And now, we would be so deeply honored to hear from you. Your journey, your voice, and your unique insights are what make this beautiful community so incredibly special and alive. Please, share your own birth month and one way its archetype resonates with you in the comments below. Let's create a magnificent tapestry of shared wisdom and self-recognition together. Your story validates and inspires us all. Until we meet again, may you walk your unique path with courage, with clarity, and with a deep, loving appreciation for the magnificent archetypal energies that are woven into the very fabric of your being. Thank you, with our deepest gratitude, for being here and for watching.